Today we will be talking about this, let's be honest, dog shit map. Now you may be asking, why is it dog shit? Well, it's because it doesn't highlight any names. It also only shows half of the world. I don't know why they did that, and generally annoys me. That's why I'm doing it for them, as this is important to me, and probably like to any other people. Now, I am going to use a mix of a few things to figure this out. Understand this map only covers this part of the world. The rest of the world will be interpreted, with us at least pinpointing the needed locations. The things I am using are the map itself, of course, the locations the Titans were at the end of the Mass Awakening, and newspapers at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters. For context, I will only be talking about which Titan fits where, not what each outpost is, as there are more outposts than there are Titans. The throwing shit at the wall part I might do later. This also means I won't be talking about how many outposts the rest of the world should logically have. Also, the map doesn't include 3 Titans, Tiamat, Scylla and Lehamu. Tiamat and Scylla are dead at this point, and Lehamu lived with Tiamat, whose location was removed on the map. Now, the first part is to uncover which Titan goes on which half of the world, either uncovered or hidden. The hidden part should have these Titans: Yamata no Orochi, Typhon, Bunyip and Rodan. I'll cover these Titans shortly before moving to the second group, which are the Titans visible on the map, which should have these Titans: Mokele Mbembe, Mudo Queen, Quetzalcoatl, Methuselah, Baphomet, Behemoth, Leviathan, Abaddon, Amulek, Sekhmet, and Nakika. Jesus Christ, those are a lot. Welp, no time to waste, let's get started. First, the Oceania and Asia Titans. Starting with Rodan, who should be nesting in a volcano near Fiji. We don't know which one exactly. Then we have Yamato no Orochi, who was last seen in the ocean near Japan. He probably moved to one of the nearby islands like Ogasawara. Then we have Typhon, who was last seen around Indonesia, where he most likely stayed. And finally, there's Bunyip, who was last seen in the Gulf of Carpentaria. But since he's probably terrestrial, he likely moved back to land later. Likely somewhere in northern Queensland. Now, to the actual map. This is the first one, and this one is really obvious. They literally said that Quetzalcoatl was at this place, and that's the reason the spot is even there. So no shit. This is the same as the previous one, only difference being the Titan present, that being Behemoth. Only question is, why didn't he show up during the final battle, which was really closely nearby? The only reason I could see that he just couldn't be bothered. Plus, he wouldn't have been able to do much in that battle. Anyways, tension's over, let's move on. This one is also simple. This is obviously the Muda Queen. She was last seen in New York, and no other spot was close enough for the Muda Queen to realistically be at. This leaves the only other spot in the USA to the other USA Titan, that being Abaddon. Though he used to be in Wyoming, but he could have moved down here. This one is really simple. This is Baphomet, it has to be. It 100% corresponds with his path. That's all for that one. The same as the previous one, just with Mokele Mbembe instead of Baphomet. Now you would think that the Egyptian Titan would be here instead, but instead she is here. The Egyptian Titan is Sekhmet, by the way. Reason being, she was last seen near Crete, so this makes a little bit more sense overall. Next one is this, which should be Nakika. During the Mass Awakening, they were spotted here, so no shit this would be the spot. Again, this one is pretty easy. This has to be the only Russian Titan, that being Amulek. Now, the last two are kinda difficult, as logically this should be Leviathan, since this is the closest Titan to that location after the Mass Awakening, But there is one issue. There is also a Titan in Spain, that being Methuselah. Rest in peace, by the way. Fuck Summit Kaiju. And the closest spot to him is this one. And I have a hard time believing he would be able to go to the next closest place. That being this, which is all the way in Norway. No fucking way a mountain titan would head all the way over there. So this will instead be where Leviathan lives. Well, this will be the home of Methuselah. Everything clear? Good. That leaves all these places with unknown titans. And honestly, the amount of unknown titans makes sense. There are way more than were seen in 2019. We already know that Camazotz wasn't found before the Mass Awakening, and then there's this quote from the novelization, which basically proves this idea. So yeah, there are a lot of titans we don't know of yet. That's all, bye bye.